What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Yes, another video. The main point of this video is probably the best story I have, the story that generates the most talk. People text me the most and message me and say, damn, that's a crazy story. Seems to be everybody's favorite. I told it about a year and a half ago, so I don't know how many people are going to go back and hear it. I just feel like telling it. But I don't just want to isolate that story. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go a big chronological thing. Start from when I got busted, all through county jail, Wasco, Mainline, got out, everything happened. I'm just going to do a chronological thing. And I'm going to throw in there that story everybody seems to love. I think it'll work out. It's just a bonus video anyway. I mean, who's heard of Splinter putting basically 4 videos out 4 days in a row? Doesn't happen. So, but it's going to start happening. Believe that. So here we are. Let's get into this video. But first I want to say, man, things have sure been crazy for me today. Things have been off. Everybody goes through it. Thankfully, I have a good friend, Sabbath Blood, who I emailed. We emailed back and forth this morning, and she encouraged me, and I was able to vent, get some stuff off my chest. So thank you very much. I'm so good, so glad. Come on, Splinter. So glad I have a good friend like Sabby. Thank you, sis. No, utmost love and respect for you. Thanks for being there for me. And trip on this. Anything that has to do with me getting money has been short-stopped. Like, what's going on? There's a check that's supposedly sent to me that I need the 15th of last month. Not got here. A good homie, you know who you are, sent me a good little issue. I was supposed to get it March 30th. I went to the post office to track it, and they say, oh, it's lost in the mail stream. What? Lost in the mail stream? There's other stuff going on. And then I don't know what kind of bank I signed up with, but any kind of donations I got through PayPal or Cash App this weekend, I think all the way as far back as Friday, I still don't even have. This late in the day on Monday. And I called them today and I said, damn, how come you guys won't clear my money? Oh, well, they gave me a lot of excuses, which I didn't want to hear. And then I kept I did ask her why, and then she tried to explain it, and I don't care. Well, you asked why. Anyways, be that as it may, they still won't clear the money. And I got no damn food. I mean, I have food. Not food that I could eat, like there's stuff you could boil and fry, but I can't walk in my kitchen and walk out chewing. And that's what I want to do. I just want to walk in, grab something in my hand, start eating it, and walk out. I definitely do not want to boil or fry or prepare, do any kind of cooking. I don't know the first thing about it. Anyways, that's kind of an excuse. I can make top ramen or macaroni and cheese. Anyways, be that as it may, I'm getting off track. Told you today was a weird day. Let's get into this video. I'm absconding. I'm walking down the street. I think I'm all cool because I'm staying in a motel, but it's not really a motel. It's a mini storage. It's advertised on the street and drive past that mini storage, but they got a couple little motel rooms in the back. I used to love it. I tell people, hey, I'm at the motel right here. There's no motel right there. There's just a mini storage. I go, exactly. So, I'm walking down. A cop drives by who has arrested me before, knew who I was, knew the cops were looking for me, and he went to go, stop. He flipped to you. To this day, I can still hear my old lady saying, run, babe. I always run. So I broke. He started chasing me. I ended up getting sliced up by a razor wire, bit by a dog. Now I'm in the hospital. But I'll tell you, it was way more painful than the razor wire cuts, which actually didn't even hurt all that bad. The worst thing about that was looking at my, filleted me open, looking at the blue veins, big old fat veins. Ew, that was gross. And the dog bite didn't really hurt all that bad. What hurt was the nurses scrubbing me out. Scrubbing me down. Get to the hospital, they got to clean it out apparently. That's what they said. It took 2 of them to like hold my arm down, and then a couple of them hold my leg, and they were freaking scrubbing out with a brush for way longer than they went way longer than necessary. I know they did. And it felt, I think it was a wire brush, and they scrubbed it out, and I'm just screaming like a banshee. Freaking hurt like hell. And they're being rude about it, and yeah, wire brushing. End up in the hospital for 3 days. I try to escape. I get caught. Go to county jail. I go to court. I got not a cast on my leg, wrappings, bandages, whatnot. I ended up doing plastic surgery on my leg because of dog bite. See the homeboys at court, they load me up with some tobacco, hide it in the leg wrappings, go into pre-trial, they want to put me in F-Pod, where the Northerners are. Never been to F-Pod before, just heard all the horror stories about if you go to F-Pod, the Northerners going to mess with the white boys, it's always on a cracking. I never been there, I was expecting problems with the Northerners, plus had all this tobacco. I just expected to go in there and them try to take half of it, or try to charge me a third, just whatever. I don't want to give them not even a cigarette up. I go in there, I see a big old solid wood right away jammer, and he happens to be my cellie. I go, what's up, homeboy? I was like, I got all this tobacco, I don't want to break nobody off, fuck that. He's like, well, there's no Northerners here. I talked about this in another video. Pisces and Northerners got into a big old riot, and the cops took all the Northerners out, and now it's just Pisces and Woods, and a couple blacks. So, be that as it may. Stayed there for a while, they ended up trying to shoot me to the phone. Oh, trip on this though. Jammer had a bunch of speed. I had that tobacco. cops came and hit our cell. The speed and the tobacco was sitting out, and all they found was the tobacco. Did not find the speed. Whew. That was a close call. I mean, I don't see how they didn't find it, but they didn't. So I ended up going to the farm. I ended up getting into it with the cops. They shipped me back to pre-trial. I got an APOD. A bunch of crazy stuff happened. APOD that time. I'm dedicated a whole video to it. I've already told some of the stories. So I go from APOD. Then I go to Wasco Reception. Building C3. Lo and behold, my buddy Matt is there from Orange County. I know it from my first term. He has the keys to the building. I ended up a porter. What I would always do, I was a breakfast porter. I'd give him extra food. There's any extra food. I'd say like I get 3 trays. I'd eat 2. Give him 1. You know, so on and so forth. I mean, of course, I'd get my grub on, but I always try to share with him. He's my buddy, and he had the keys to the building for the whites. One day, what was left over was a hard-boiled egg that was kind of like, it did look, in hindsight, it did look like someone stepped on it, kind of, sort of. And then a sausage, they get those round sausage, like a little chunk taken out of it. So I put it, he was still sleeping, I put it in a bowl by his bed, and he woke up and saw it, felt disrespected. He, you know, tried to get on my ass, and he barked, I barked back, like, what up, motherfucker? Like, dude, you just said give me the extra portion. You didn't say, don't bring it to me if it looks like it had a rough night. I agree, it looks rough, it's an extra. I mean, I can't win with your motherfucking ass. Had I not given it to you and said, oh no, I don't want to give it to you too, you know, it's beat up, you'd have said, well, fuck, it's food, brother. Starving of this motherfucker. So, whatever, what do you want to do? We end up ironing out, he's a good dude. So, from there, I went to Wasco Yard as Mainline. That's where I met Loud from LMP. And there's about 3 or 4 dudes from P9 there. Even back then, they were making a lot of noise, kicking up a lot of dust. I mean, I remember being very impressed with the, damn, I had this fancy word I was going to say when I was thinking of this video, and I can't think of it. I was impressed with the back and forth they had going on with this, I can't think of that fucking word. With the communication. There was even a fancy word in that, though. I was impressed with the communication they had back and forth with the streets. So there's a dude from P9 there named Dover. He had his neck done. Loud had his neck done. I was at my cell one time. I think they had day room, I didn't. Obviously, it was my cell. And I'm looking out the window, and I see Loud and Dover standing next to each other, and both their necks are done. And I'm looking like, damn, shit, I had to get my neck done. I ended up doing it. And so, there. What else can we say about that? I guess we could talk about some of the neck tattoos, but not now. So, do I regret it? Yeah, and I tell people all the time, it costs you jobs. Every time I go into a store, I get followed. People go, nah. Yeah. Every time I go into a store, I straight get followed, big time. I had a $16,000 settlement, and I went to Home Depot and just get all kinds of shit. Just like, you know, no budget type shit. I see it, I buy it, throw it in the cart. Yeah, they were really following me. They're even like, okay, he's on aisle 33 now, guys. I mean, they had a whole team dedicated to me. What's funny, back in the day, we'd have a hustle. Since they're on me so much, security, when I go into stores, I would go in, act a fool, like, oh shit, what's going on? It look real suspicious, and someone in a square with a suit and tie could be over in the corner rubbing them off, because you're not looking at them, they're looking at them all. So, did that as it may. I was at Wasco A Yard. The homeboy Jamie was there, Jamie Atkins. Him and I both got the same tattoo from Thumper, Hells Angels, Ventura, to just have her neck ripping out. We didn't mean to get the same tattoo, but it's like, Jamie went to Thumper, hey, throw a tattoo on me, and he freehanded it. And then I go later, hey, do tattoo, and oh, what shit, looks like the same one. Dude ripping out, his a little bigger. Rest in peace, Jamie ended up killed at New Folsom about 1.5 years, maybe 2 years ago, putting in work, got shot by the cops. Stabbing someone up, him and another hitter. The cops said, hey, get down, didn't get down. I think the cops even fired a warning shot, and they're still going for it. Like, damn, get off him, homeboy. But he didn't, and it cost him his life. So, but when I paroled from Wasco A Yard, and I feel like I'm going to get through the story way too fast, I might have to come up with some extra type shit. When I paroled from Wasco A Yard, well, when I was there, the homeboy Zombie from Taft gave me a pair of shoes. They were gray Velcro, and they're uglier than shit. Everyone clowned me, but fucking, either these or the PIAs they gave me. I was too short at the house. I went to Wasco A Yard, only like 6 weeks at the pad. I'm not going to get a package from home. I'm not going to buy a pair of new shoes, just some hand-me-downs. Someone gave me these Velcro, gray, straight-up freaking Velcro shoes. When I left, what you do, you don't take stuff home. If you have stuff, you leave with the homeboys. Hey, I'm leaving this. I tried to leave the shoes. Hey, you want these shoes? Maybe someone else drives up. They're like, brother, take those shoes. If you don't want them, throw them away. Like, just the gray Velcro, you know, fuck those ugly things. I end up paroling with them. When I hit the streets, I go to the Get Bus station. That's where they drop you off with Greyhound. I walk to the Get Bus station, take a bus to my mom's. And I gotta make another video about interactions I've had. That was the word I was gonna use. I was impressed with the interaction they have with the streets. Damn it. Now I'm using it right now. I can make a video on interaction I've had with girls when you get out. This crazy stuff has happened over the years when I've got out. One time on a Get Bus, my mom worked at Lowe's, taking the bus to Lowe's. A girl walked up to me, handed me a handful of condoms. And sat down. And I was like speechless, had no game. Like, dude, you know, I don't play chess, but I think it's your move, homie. And I didn't make a move. I just like, I smiled. That was my move. smile. And she's like, what else can I do? So, I think I did get her number too. Didn't call her. Anyway, I know I'm talking fast. Don't give me these fucking comments. You're talking real fast and all that. You know this already. Tell me something new. Okay, so, I'm at the bus station. These two girls are checking me out. I'm like, man, they're really checking me out. And there's two of them. So they come up to me and they say, man, they said, you're cute. I said, oh, thanks. They go, but those shoes. You're too cute to be wearing those shoes. Those are some fucking ugly ass shoes. I was like, is it the color? Get rid of those shoes, bro. And I was like, all right. And I went to go continue talking. I changed subject, get away from the shoe. And I was talking to their back. They were gone. But they left me with an important message. Get rid of the fucking shoes, which I did. I threw them away. There's one fucking gray hair or something that's bugging the shit out of me right there. I wonder if I can color it in real quick. Okay. Better. So, hit the streets. Whoa, that was like a little Frozen thing. Hit the streets. Gonna live with my mom. I did move in with my mom. Then I took her car all night. I pulled like an alley cat type shit. I came home. She was mad. I had a settlement coming too. I thought for 90 grand. Ended up only getting 30. My mom kicked me out. I couldn't believe it. It's like, you do know I'm getting a fat settlement. Sometimes she can be hard-headed. That's where I get her from. Like, I don't give a fuck if you got all these thousands of dollars coming. Disrespecting me. Kick rocks. So, that's what happened. Kicked me out and moved in with my cousin. He had a trip going on. There was this chick he knew. He called it a job. I called it a hustle. And this chick he knew who got divorced from her husband. And he owned a building company, house building company. But she took the fucking state bar exam, not whatever exam you have to take to own a building company. So and the company was in her name, but he ran it. So they got divorced and she got the company. She didn't know the first thing about running it. Yeah, she ran it all right into the motherfucking ground, blew all kinds of money. And my cousin was right there and he was like working for her, you know, but I say he was hustling her. Getting money from her. And then she says, hey, my son's having a 21st birthday party at Lake Tahoe. We're in the 3-story cabin. I've only been out like maybe 2 weeks. My cousins tell me, dude, we're going to go to Lake Tahoe. We're going to fucking snowboard. It's going to be badass. I'm like, I'm all for it, bro. I never got a Bakersfield. I never get to go do shit. So, fresh out, and then my cousin gives me what I'm going to be wearing to snowboard. So, I don't even run up there with my cousin. I run up there with the kids, the 21-year-olds. And we end up stopping at Sacramento. There's a big old fucking fight in these apartments. Then we end up in the hills and suburban. There's like 10 of us deep. And I'm in the very, very back. And they got their stereo blasting, smoking cigarettes, thick with smoke. And I'm drunk and I have to throw up, man. Real bad. I mean, just nauseous. So I take my beanie off and I throw up in it. I hold my beanie. They smell it. Who threw up back there? We can smell it. And who threw up? I'm like, I'm not claiming it. Yeah, who threw up? Who the fuck threw up, man? And I'm holding my beanie. I'm the last one out. When I get out, I just dish the beanie like that. So when we wake up in the morning, they go, dude, you're the one that threw up. So I threw up in my shirt. I'm like, oh, fuck, you caught me. Fuck, what can I say? No, I don't remember. That's not my name. So, we get to Lake Tahoe. We go snowboarding. I get fitted up. I got a skin-tight O'Neill wetsuit. Like if we're going to go surfing. I thought that was a business. It made sense to me. I'm going to fucking be dry. I put on top of my Levi's and I put on top of a hooded sweater. It was really tight when I zipped it up to this. I couldn't really breathe. And it was brown, O'Neill, ugly. Had I been surfing, it would have been fucking ugly and out of place. Even though that's what it was made for. Certainly out of place up here. Lake Tahoe. Snowboarding. We hit the mountain. Where I fuck up, I'm in a crew. There's like one chick. Her name's Brittany. She had a red beanie on. She had a boyfriend and a couple other dudes. They were all like pro snowboarders. They could do flips and shit. Brittany said she never snowboarded. I said I never had either. So I said, hey, why don't Brittany and I hang out, and then all you guys do your tricks and flips and shit, just because we're like on the same level. Not picking up on her, like, hey, how about me and Brittany sit over here and blah, blah, blah. No, literally just, we don't know how, so it makes sense we'd go down the beginner hill and shit. So then I seen them go, and I seen someone with a red beanie, and I followed it, and I get to the bottom. It wasn't even her. So now I'm stranded, dude. No cell phone. Didn't even know these people. I was by myself. I just went to the top and came down. Went to the top, came down, all for hours. And I kept falling down, so I was going so fast, it scared me. Couldn't control it. Just fall down. I literally had icicles hanging from my beanie. I didn't even know you could do that. My blue Billabong beanie had a brown O'Neill zip-up wetsuit. And I just started to look around and say, fuck, no one is wearing this. Everyone had like thick, baggy, badass, like snowboarding gear. I had a fucking wetsuit for surfing. No one said jack shit, though. They either said this dude knows exactly what the fuck he's doing, or he fucking knows nothing. Or maybe someone like, fuck, is that dude a cop? I think that dude's a cop. I don't know what they thought. Is he an alien? Be that as it may. So we go back. I live with my cousin some more. I end up getting $30,000 instead of $90,000. Kicked him to the curb. We had made a deal. He's like, if you move in with me, he let me drive the Silverado, and we were the same size, had a lot of cool clothes. Fresh out the pen, no clothes, because you can wear anything you want. I spent money, drove his truck. He's like, but when you get your settlement, give it to me. I'm going to invest it, and I'm just going to give you $500 a week allowance. I was like, yeah, dude. Fuck, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, that sounds like a bomb-ass deal. When I got my money, Charlie Holmes, you think I'm going to give you 30 grand and have you dole out $500 a week? I'm like, Scounty, dude, I'm not going to make it out here fucking a month. No way, homeboy. So I ended up ditching the truck somewhere AM PM, left the keys in it, and I skedaddled. So, end up with this chick, end up staying in a bunch of different places. This chick started playing me and this dude against each other because she was dating both of us. Back and forth, because usually it's like he's in and I'm out, and then I go in and he's out, so she's able to fuck with both of us because only one of us out at the time. Now we're both out. She's like trying to do back and forth, and we're falling for it. So anyways, she's at my pad and we're fighting, and someone gave me a bunch of clothes, and this dude's a lot bigger than me, and they're like some 1X and 2X shirts. And I start packing it up. Some of her stuff I got her. Get the fuck out of my house. I put stuff I bought her in a backpack. I go, here, you can give these to your fucking dude, too. Shirts are too big for me. Even a gold chain. As if I'd really give her a gold chain. I was, laying it on thick. Here, I'm packing this shit up for you. Why don't you get the fuck out? Then, okay, I'll tell you what happened. Then, she had called her dad, who him and I did not get along. He showed up with his fucking buddy, his at Southside, and they had bats in my front yard. So I pulled a knife, and my bedroom window was open. I said, if they kick my door in, the first motherfucker I'm gonna stab is you. And I look at my bedroom, the front door, and I look back at her, and she jumped out the window so fast, her flip-flops are still on the ground. Oh, I guess she left. So then when I left, and she came back later knocking the door to my roommate, oh, that's something, can I go in? She took that backpack with all the stuff in. Yes, I gave it to her, but she knows I reserve the right to take it back. Indian giver on mines, of course it is. I didn't really intend to give that to you. So she came to those mines, so I was pissed. She had a little class, so I went to the class to meet her. Had the homeboy take me. He parked across the, at a car wash. I walked and I stood in front, waiting for her, because I was going to confront her. But dude had dropped her off, and he drove down the street, and he sees me. He parks, and he rushes me, and I hear his feet, and he's like, look, dude, I'm like 5'10 and a half, 140 pounds. He's like 5'9", 220, muscle. Boom, he does a wrestling move. He should have snuck up and fucking clocked me, knocked me out. But instead he ran up and boom, Hulk Hogan me into a bush. Then he starts doming me on the back of his head, but I got a big ass knife. So I just calmly grab my knife, go like this, kind of sheath. And hey, he got a knife. As soon as dude heard that, he took off running. And I turn around, he's on the ground. Oh, dude, fucking bad day for you, homeboy. Boop, stabbed him twice in his back, once in his leg. They caught me an hour or two later at homegirl Amber's pad. The fun thing about that is the night before, me and Amber were out running around. I was rolling on Xanax. So first night I met Scuzz. I go to Scuzz's pad and meet him. What's up, homeboy? He gives me a gram of heroin and an orange balloon. I cheek it in my butt. Amber and I go breaking into cars all night. The next morning we end up at her pad. I feel my butt and fuck, the dope's gone. I go, damn, I lost it. Amber pulls out an orange balloon, heroin. I go, where'd you get that? Just Scuzz gave it to me. I go, I didn't think you got it out of the car. I didn't think he gave you one. He gave me some dope and orange balloon. I put it in my ass. I no longer have it. Now you have it and you say he gave you some? She's like, yeah. She put it in her mouth because she's going to bite the balloon like this. But first she put the whole thing in her mouth and then grabbed it and was going to bite the thing. And then when she both bit the knot off, she still had a knot in her mouth. And she was messing with it. And I said, well, look, if you stole that from me, if Scuzz didn't give it to you, I'm just letting you know I had that in my fucking ass all night. And she looked at me, she goes, it's mine, sweetie. And I could see the tip of the balloon hanging out of her mouth. What? Next thing I know, cops are there, undercover cops, pointing a gun at me, under arrest, bust me for assault with a deadly weapon, absconding and this and that. And then I go to county jail, I meet my lawyer. I said, give me 2 at 85% with a strike right now. He goes, no, you're going to get it. They dropped it to a misdemeanor. I ended up getting a year county from the current county, gave me a year county, but I got a year flat from parole. The reason why they basically had dropped to misdemeanors because everyone told. One person said, I was on the ground stabbing up. One person said I was stabbing down, he was on the ground. One person said he had a knife, and I took it from him. One person said I was Mexican. One person said I was white. One person said he jumped me with a couple people. Someone else said I jumped him. Too many stories. You start getting them all up on stage and just picking them apart like, yo, it has to line up, and it didn't. Sometimes when you get snitch on, it's for the good because they could fucking ruin the case if you get too many different versions of the story. But they just said they knew I was going to get a year flat from parole anyway. It's like, fuck, who cares what county does? State overrides county every single time. Did that year flat. What? Alright, cut the string, let it fly. Oh, trip on this. No one liked that last video. The rise of PC. Why did you guys not like it? I thought everyone would dig it. It was a good video. The end of it had 4 stories about 4 different homeboys that I knew. That ended up piecing up. One of the cork and shoe and why. And one got busted for murder. Dude, the rise of PC was a good video. No one dug it. What did you guys not like about it? Hit me up. Cut the string, let it fly. Peace.